Hey, thanks for joining me. We are on Facebook Live officially. So for those of you who don't know who I am your weight loss doctor in Denver, Colorado. I'm the owner of MedFit Medical Weight Loss, and my job, my duty, is to help you lose weight. My passion is to get you healthy. And you know, I was actually reading an article that kind of made me a little bit sad. This was last week. And so, you know, we have been lucky to say, you know, here in Colorado, we're actually one of the thinnest states here in the country. I think Washington, D.C. tends to sort of be up in the running for us, but we're actually pretty lucky. We've got the mountains, we have hiking trails, we have parks on every corner, and so I feel really lucky that there's just access to things outside versus my hometown back in Kansas, where we just didn't have all of the resources that we have here in Denver. So, but the statistic is that although we are one of the thinnest states in Colorado, our obesity rate is still 20%. You know, that's actually pretty high. You know, 10, 20 years ago, it would have been less than 10%. So now we're not only dealing with obesity in our adults, but now we're dealing with in our children. Now, I have a 2-year-old, and so it is just my opportunity to really start her out on the right foot, you know, really make sure that she understands what health is because unfortunately I don't think we're getting enough education in our schools, not getting enough access to healthy foods. So again, so it's my mission to make you healthy 1 pound at a time. So again, it's a beautiful fall day. Just kind of want to let you guys know that, you know, the idea is for me to help you lose weight, even if you don't live here in Denver. So, you know, I have been pushing content out. I'm creating even a new calendar for 2017, and I have already had people from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast contact me and say, hey, you know, thanks for all of your tips. You know, I don't know you personally, but I've been following you on Facebook and Twitter, and I've actually been able to lose weight. Hey, thanks. Hey, Nadia, thanks for joining me. So this is pretty exciting. This is actually my second time doing a live video for MedFit. So, okay, so in case you're curious on the title of my video, I want to tell you to stop roller derby dieting. And you're like, what the heck? Who is this doctor? I mean, isn't she kind of weird? And so, you know, yo-yo dieting is the old school term. I mean, at the same time, it's like, who yo-yos anymore? I mean, I don't even remember the last time I picked up a yo-yo. No, it's actually roller derby dieting. So if you guys are familiar with roller derby dieting, so you're going around the track on your roller skates, round and round. You're basically either you lose weight or you gain weight, but you're circling around the same number on the scale day by day, month after month. But guess what? Then you get beat up. You're pushed down, you know, you got blood, you got bruises, you got tears. This is really how dieting has become. And I'm here to stop your roller derby dieting. I'm going to rescue you. I'm going to get you right on the right foot. And today's topic is, okay, so how am I going to rescue you and get you out of this roller derby cycle? Okay, so I'm going to talk about the top 5 mistakes that you are making that's keeping you round and round, circling and circling. Okay, so if you guys are ready, I am so excited. I created this talk this morning, and let's begin. So I created a very special slide for you. So number 5, okay, the 5th. You are on everyone else's wagon except your own. So what the heck does that mean? You know, guess what? You know, your girlfriend started a gluten-free diet. Your neighbor started a paleo diet. You actually were told that the Atkins was actually a pretty good diet. Well, all of these diets have good successes, but you remember that Not one diet fits all. And so although your girlfriend is doing fabulous, gluten-free, pain-free, she's on top of the moon, and you try it and you actually gain 5 pounds, and you're like wondering, what the heck? You know, so remember, your body is not like everyone else's. So I really want you to step back before you start any type of diet. You know, figure out what works for you, because, you know, are you a busy professional? Are you a stay-at-home mom? Do you have exercise time? Do you not have time to exercise? You need to kind of figure out all up front before you sign up for anything that you want to do before you join the group. Okay, so that's number 5. Okay, number 4. You think you should be on a diet. Okay, so let me give you some experience here. So my patients typically tell me, you know, I've been on a diet all my life, or I've struggled with my weight pretty much since I was born. You know, my parents were overweight, you know, my friends were overweight, and you know, now I'm starting to, you know, get advice from people saying, you know, you ought to be on a diet. You know, you could lose, you know, a few pounds. And then you grow up into adulthood, and then all of a sudden your doctor's starting to tell you you need to be on a diet. And then you watch a commercial that says, you know, you're gonna die of a heart attack if you don't lose weight. And yes, we all have reasons, but don't come to my office thinking I should be on a diet, because guess what? You're going to fail. You have to want to be on a diet. Now, you know, diet is really not, you know, very fashionable. It definitely sounds like, you know, you're restrictive and you change your life, you know, maybe not for the better, but hey, guess what? Come in with the real reason why you want to change, and guess what? It's not being on a diet. The diet is the pathway to your life's goals. And when you realize that, then it no longer becomes a diet, it's more of your life. And that's why I am different. I want to teach you to understand that. So stop listening to other people who tell you, you know, you should be on a diet. And although maybe you do need to improve on your health, but until you actually recognize that you want to, then you're not ready. And if you continue to try to, again, jump on everybody else's wagon, it's going to be hard to be sustainable. So really make sure that you dig deep, figure out what you want, and utilize diet as, again, your pathway to your dreams. All right, so that's number 4 mistake. Number 3, you're the only one in the house that's on a diet. So, all right, so guess what? Okay, so this is really gonna be challenging, because, you know, most of the time you're probably the only one who needs to change. And so your family may be either overweight or they may be fit, but you're probably feeling like you are the odd man out. But you are not meant to do this on your own. So one of the things is that before you start changing, before you sort of like sign yourself up for something, you really want to make sure that you have a team, and the household is the first place to be. So just because, again, your family may not have weight issues, it doesn't mean that they can't be healthy. So, you know, get your husband, get your wife, get your kids all on board so that they can start creating an environment to support you. Okay, the opposite. You know, if your family also struggles with overweight, then you need to be the leader. You need to be the leader of the household. You know, it just doesn't make sense for you to say, this is your own weight loss journey. You need to be this by yourself. And that's not true. It would be like me running a business and my staff, you know, really just weren't interested in helping people lose weight. They just kind of like just clocked in, you know, clocked out, and, you know, went upon their own personal lives. It doesn't make sense. You need to have a team, and it starts with the house. So please, please, please try to not do this on your own. You need to get your family on board. All right, so that was the top number 3rd mistake, okay? Number 2, you had a food funeral not a fat funeral. So I was actually telling my staff this morning, they kind of gave me that weird look, and I'm sure you're looking at me pretty weird too. So what the heck is a food funeral? You basically said goodbye to your favorite foods when you were on a diet. So goodbye pizza, you know, goodbye hamburgers, you know, goodbye French fries. You know, no, don't do that. You know, a diet is not, you know, saying goodbye to your favorite foods. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want you to all of a sudden, you know, just think, oh, well, I can eat whatever I want and still keep my own weight. Well, the problem with diets today is that it's so restrictive that at one point, you know, you might break and you're just going to tumble over and you're going to go find yourself back to square one. And so instead of having a food funeral, have a fat funeral. You want to say goodbye to losing weight. You want to say goodbye to body fat. That's why you started on a diet. So when you start to have that philosophy, it's like, you know, this is sort of kind of like back to what I was talking about. You know, you need to know your deeper meaning for being on a diet. And it's not just to lose a couple of pounds and look good. You know, you're tired of feeling bad. You're tired of feeling tired. You can't go up and down the stairs. You know, you can't breathe. You know, I was there. I actually gained 40 pounds with my first pregnancy, and guess what? I would have my girlfriends invite me, you know, out to walk in the park, and, you know, I was like, you know, you're crazy. You know, it'd take me 10 minutes just to get my shoes on. My ankles are swollen, and by the time I get in the car, I'm exhausted. Boom, I'm not going. And I remember that feeling, and I was miserable. So Miss Little Haley was born November 2014. Come January, 3 months, lost 40 pounds. And I was ready. I needed to get off of that belly band. I needed to get out of my maternity clothes. I had, you know, just the biggest fat funeral celebration because I got back to my own life. I'm back to exercising. I'm back to running. I'm back to taking the stairs again to my office. And, you know, a lot of us, you know, who have never dealt with weight issues, we often take this for granted. So really understand, okay, it's not saying goodbye to your favorite foods. It's all about choice. And once you decide that, you know, I'm going to make the better choice most of the time, then you can actually manage your weight and actually be easier than you think. Okay, so thanks for hanging in there. Thanks for joining me. Here is the top #1 mistake that's keeping you on that roller derby diet track. So you can be the problem or you can be the solution. You cannot be both. So this is actually pretty loaded. You know, I find that you are pretty much in your own way. So when you start a diet, you know, you sign up for Camp Gladiator, you sign up for boot camp, you sign up for CrossFit, you know, you're working out 2 hours, you know, 6 days a week. Is that sustainable? That might work well in the beginning, but, you know, 10 years from now, is that something that you're still going to be doing? You know, maybe you decided, oh, well, instead of eating regularly throughout the day, maybe I should starve myself and maybe only eat 1 meal for today, thinking I can lose weight that way. Or guess what? You actually lose weight at like 2 pounds. You know, at the end of the week, congratulations, you did awesome. But then you're not even enjoying it. You're saying, gosh, only 2 pounds. So it's like that mental game. You're literally complicating things. Enjoy the ride. So my advice to you is to get back to those daily healthy habits and start making it a life. Start making a change. Figure out why you wanted to lose weight in the first place. And I tell you, this is really going to get you out of that roller derby, blood, sweat, and tears roller track. So, all right. Those are my top 5 mistakes. So let me do a recap. Okay, #1, stop being on everybody's wagon. Get your own diet because you have your own life. You have your own challenges. Really figure out what you can and cannot do so that you can make sure that you are making changes for yourself and not necessarily just following what everybody else is. And stop comparing yourself. Okay, so that's the first mistake. The second mistake is you think you should be on a diet. So remember, again, you need to just get that I should, I need to, or somebody keeps telling me that I need to lose weight. And although these are voices from loved ones and maybe from people that you just know, but only you can turn on that switch to make sure that you understand, you know what, I am on a diet because I have goals to achieve. I have a life to live. And guess what? Your weight is keeping you from being your true higher self. And that's really my job for you to see that. I want you to stop hiding. I want you to actually be who you are and not let your weight be this mask and keep you in hiding. So the third mistake, again, you cannot be the only one in the house that's on a diet. This is very important. Again, you just have to have the conversation. There's gonna be whiners, there's gonna be complainers. Nobody in the household raised their hand and they said, I wanna change too. I totally get that. But in order for you to sustain this, and it's going to be rough in the beginning, but once you start to do those changes and you lead your family to those changes, you guys are going to be a unit, you're going to be a team, you're going to get to that goal much sooner and able to keep it off. The fourth mistake, again, don't have a fat funeral. Don't have a food funeral, have a fat funeral. So again, don't say goodbye to your favorite foods. Again, once you understand what makes you feel good, you will naturally make good choices. Again, it's sort of that difference between, should and want. And I do have friends who are gluten-free, who, don't have inflammation anymore. There's a condition called fibromyalgia, and I've helped people, completely get rid of their aches and pains, and it's just like, it's amazing. But again, I have another girlfriend who tried gluten-free and just didn't work. But at the same time, she was like, this sucks. And I guess what? It does. It's really hard to avoid gluten, but gluten-free is really maybe not the type of diet you should be following. And again, just stop comparing yourself to others. Really make sure, okay, what kind of changes do I need to make? Guess what? There's actually more than one way to get to your goal. And then number one mistake, get out of your own way. You can be the problem or you can be the solution. So think about all of the times that really it's not your husband who keeps, giving you the food temptations. It's not your co-workers who keep bringing donuts to the office. And it's not, just the commercials that you see. And although these are real challenges and these were real influences, ultimately you make the decision at the end of the day. And if you stay connected to, again, why you want to lose weight, please take diet out of your vocabulary. This is just a pathway to get to who you really are, and until you understand that, you won't be ready. So let's get your helmet on, let's get you out of the roller derby dieting, and what we're going to do is we're going to just knock you out of the track and get you on the right steps to that healthy lifestyle and that goal weight that you've always dreamed of. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with one special gift. Okay, I've been working on this. I have released a new ebook on my website. So go to my website at www.denverweightlossclinic.com, and I want to start you on the right foot. So the ebook is entitled Know Your Enemy. Okay, so we have to figure out, we have to have an understanding of how your body works first before you even try to figure out what diet or exercise program you should even participate in. So go to my website, again, denverweightlossclinic.com. I'm so excited to give you some more content. Make sure you tune in every Tuesday. That is my favorite day to weigh in. Why? Because again, you should never weigh yourself on a Monday, okay? So because we ate too much on Saturday and Sunday, right? And so you don't want to weigh yourself on Monday and just, give yourself a bad mood and, start a bad week on that foot. So weigh in on Tuesday. So don't forget to tune in next Tuesday. I'm going to be giving some more content. Again, post comments, post questions. I've got a lot of people who've already sent me some questions that they want me to answer. So I'll kind of sort through all of that. And then we're just going to slice it out, and I'm going to get you to your goal before the end of the year. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you again next week.